So welcome to the latest episode in Project 39, where I document my journey back towards my first sub 40 10k since 2017. So it's now Friday and it's a week since I last left you on the TPT at the end of a long and grueling workout. So this week it's been a strange one, but one where I hope to end the week in a better position than when I began it. Those of you who follow both mine and Dawn's running journey on here will realise that it's last Sunday where she DNF'd the Chester Marathon. Not a great day. But on that, thank you to everyone who's watched the video of that race, everyone who has commented some really kind, inspirational and motivational comments, which we both hugely appreciate. So thank you to everyone who's watched and commented on that video. I had anticipated that this week would have been a relatively normal one of 2 10k workouts and around 50 miles. However, I caught up with Dawn about 9 miles of the Chester Marathon, and when she dropped out and had that 2-hour trudge back to Chester, I was on the bike with her. So the upshot of that was I didn't eat or drink for 8 hours as I was stressed and anxious about getting Dawn back to Chester and getting back to our accommodation safe and sound. So from Monday through to Wednesday this week, I felt quite washed out. Had to sort of refuel, rehydrate, rebalance myself. So I decided, instead of worrying about not being able to do a session in the midweek, is to concentrate on a piece of advice that was given to me in the last video I made about the 4 things I was going to do additionally and focus on to get that sub 40 10k. And that was something mentioned in the comments of that video by my old friend Dave, who rejoices in the social media presence name of Lord Didsbury. And it's the oldest trick in the playbook if you're looking to get faster over most distances, and that is simply to run more miles. So Dave reckoned rather than shooting for 50 and all the other things I mentioned, the key would be getting mileage up to 60 miles a week, because that is when you increase your mitochondria, human growth hormone, and you just get aerobically fitter. So the other stuff you do is on top of an even bigger aerobic cake. So whilst it might seem paradoxical to increase mileage when you're feeling a bit washed out, to me it's the ideal time to do it, because you're not trying to build distance and speed at the same time. And so far it's gone well. It's now Friday. By the end of today I should have done 40 miles and then 8 miles tomorrow with a park run, 12 miles on Sunday, and we should have hit that 60 miles. But it's not just been slow and easy running this week. I'll have done 2 heavyweight gym sessions, because I said strength was another thing that was going to help me power towards with this sub 40 10k. And within some of those runs I've also incorporated some foam drills and some strides. Love these stones, sometimes come across them. I wonder how they got to the edge of this field here on the edge of a North Nottinghamshire village. So other reasons for possible washed outness and fatigue. It's now 6 weeks into the school term, and anybody who works in schools know that's when general tiredness starts to build up, lots of demands, and at this time of year you just realise that if you've been in education as long as I have, over 30 years, and you just roll with it. And since embarking on Project 39, I've probably gone at 3 weeks with tremendous enthusiasm and gusto. 2 10k races, some big sessions in there. So it's probably time for what they call the deload week, a cutback week, a decompression week. What do you call it when you cut back on your running for a week to allow the body to absorb the training? Let me know in the comments below. Down week, that's another one. HRV is also down this week. I track it on my Coros app, and that just confirms how I feel generally. So we've got 10 times 100 meter strides on the cards in the last 2.5 miles of this run. So I'll finish the extended easy warm-up and get into it. Needs a harder work than anticipated, but roll with it, do what we can, don't overstrain. So as runners, we all get weeks like these. How do you cope with them? I cope with it by running every day. That makes me feel good. Getting my mileage target in. That makes me feel good. And then if anything has to go, it's the top end stuff. Plenty of time to add that. Don't trash your cake trying to pile on the icing. And it's now Sunday and I'm out on my long run of the week. This should be just over 12 miles and that will bring me up to 58 for the week, and I'll do a 20-minute shakeout later to bring up the 60 I planned. So we did go to a fast course park run yesterday, Yarborough Leisure Centre, but to be honest, on the warm-up my legs weren't really feeling up to a all-in effort, so I decided instead to pace Dawn and an attempt on the female 60 record, which I just missed out on, but it did mean I got a good solid tempo run in at park run. So in terms of harder efforts this week, we had the 10 times 100 metre strides I did on Friday, the tempo run at park run yesterday, and this run, which will be about 2 hours today. So given those runs and the fact this will be a 60-mile week, I've got to be pleased with that. Sometimes in running, it's about knocking out the stellar weeks for 2 weeks and having a crash. It's when it's not going to be a stellar week, you can still show up every day, put something in to the training bank that you can draw on when the time comes. So there's a Project 39 training update. Just like Dawn's Chester Marathon video last week, it's not always a yes, smashed it type of day or type of vlog, but it's honest, and this is reality of being an everyday competitive runner. So the plan this coming week, should life events not get in the way and work and Dawn not being 100%, then the plan is Wednesday I'm going to do a short sharp speed session, as I mentioned before, work on that top end speed, and then next Sunday I'm going to be doing a 10-mile race, not as a full out race, but an attempt to get sub 7-minute riding all the way around, because following this training series I'd like to do a half marathon early in 2025 in sub 90 minutes. So we closed out the week with the 2-mile shakeout, as promised, to bring the weekly mileage up to a very pleasing 60. You can see it's a significant uptick from where I have been. So I hope you found some elements of this video interesting. If you have, please give it a like, and if you'd like to follow my journey towards that sub 40 10k, then please subscribe to the channel. So until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.